Have you ever felt really stuck because of strong feelings for someone or something, like you can't get free no matter what? It's a problem lots of people have, making them feel weak and trapped. But there's good news. Things can get better, and it's not as hard as it seems. We'll take some smart advice from old thinkers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca to learn how to let go of these strong feelings and feel free. In this simple video, we'll talk about how Stoicism, an old way of thinking, can help us find emotional freedom. By using these old but useful ideas, you'll learn how to step back from things or people that stress you out. You'll learn how to let go of these heavy feelings and see things more clearly, focusing on what's really important in your life. If you're into growing as a person and want to get rid of these heavy emotional feelings, then this video is for you. After we explore these ideas, if you find them helpful or inspiring, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Your support not only motivates me to keep creating content like this, but also helps spread the message to others who might benefit from it. So, don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Let's embark on this journey of growth together. 1. The power of detachment. Why is detachment important? Imagine if you were holding on to things or people too much. It's like they start running your life. It's like giving them the remote to your emotions, letting them change it any time they want. This can make you really happy or really sad, and sometimes it can push people to make big decisions they can't take back. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care anymore. It just means you're not letting these outside things control you too much. Think of your feelings as a kite, which might sound a bit weird, but stick with me. Each string attached to the kite is like a connection to someone or something. If you're holding on to too many strings or one too tightly, you're just being pushed around by the wind. Stoicism, an old way of thinking, tells us to not hold on too tight. It says we can't control everything like the wind, but we can choose what to hold on to. This doesn't make you uncaring or cold. It actually helps you stay calm and strong. To get started, think about what or who you're holding on to too much. Then, think about why. Are you looking for approval, scared of being alone, or something else? Figuring this out is the first step to not letting it control you so much. Then, try doing things that make you feel good and give you a purpose. Letting go helps you not be weighed down by others or things, setting you free. By focusing on the present and appreciating what you have, you begin to realize the abundance in your life, beyond the confines of your attachments. Engage in activities that enrich your soul and connect you with others in meaningful ways. This shift in perspective not only diminishes the power of those strong feelings over you, but also opens up a new realm of possibilities for joy and fulfillment. In embracing this approach, you'll find a deeper sense of peace and a stronger, more resilient version of yourself emerging. 2. Understanding attachment. You need to know that being attached to something usually means your ego is in charge. Let's simplify it. At our core, we're all about love. Think about a baby, just full of joy and not complicated by ego. But as we grow up, our ego starts to drive, filling our lives with attachments that mess with our heads and take us away from our true self, which is love. Remember, getting too attached is like playing a game where you're bound to lose because it's the opposite of love and being content with yourself. If we take a step back and look at our desires and relationships through this perspective, we'll see they're just adding unnecessary weight to our lives. Now, imagine living from a place of love, not ego. Imagine not desperately holding on to outcomes, people, or status. Living with love lets you trust that good things will come to you, believing deeply in your own worth and abilities. It encourages you to let go, realizing that these attachments are just holding you back from exploring the vast possibilities out there. So, how do we start to free ourselves from these weights? First, recognize your attachments for what they are, your ego looking for security and validation. Then, change how you see things. Know that your value doesn't depend on these attachments. You're enough just as you are. This change doesn't happen all at once. It's a choice you keep making, choosing inner peace over needing approval from others. Finally, embrace the idea that the world has plenty to offer. When you let go of being scared to lose, life tends to surprise you with even more than what you let go of. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care. It means you understand more clearly. It's about being true to yourself, letting love lead the way, not fear. The path to letting go changes you, peeling away the ego to reveal the strong, love-filled person underneath. It's about moving forward lightly, free from attachments, open to new joys, and steadfast in heart. This journey of detachment isn't just about throwing away what we don't need. It's about rediscovering our true selves, our capacity for love and connection without dependency. It guides us to live more fully, embracing each moment and person with an open heart, but without the heavy chains of expectation. As we learn to let go, we find ourselves more in tune with life's ebb and flow, ready to welcome the new, cherish the present, and gracefully release the past. It's a path towards a lighter, more authentic existence where we navigate the world not with fear, but with love, understanding, and a deep sense of inner peace. Embarking on this transformative journey cultivates not only personal freedom, but also strengthens our relationships with others. It allows us to engage more genuinely, appreciating others for who they are rather than what they provide us. This newfound clarity brings about healthier, more supportive connections that are based on mutual respect and genuine affection rather than neediness or fear of loss. Ultimately, as we align more closely with our essence and values, we attract experiences and people that resonate with our truest selves, leading to a life filled with more meaningful interactions and a profound sense of belonging. 3. The illusion of the ego. Sometimes our own mind tricks us into thinking we're not good enough, or that what someone else has is better, making us want other people's approval too much. This mistake can make us think too highly of someone else, as if they have something we can't ever get. But when tough times come, we see the truth. Nobody is above anyone else. We're all just people, with the same chances and challenges. It's really important to face this trick and see it as just that, a trick. Don't let it make you see yourself or others in a twisted way. Let's chat about being confident and healing yourself. It's totally fine to tell yourself you're great, one of a kind, and important. This helps you feel better about yourself and takes care of your inner self. But thinking you're great doesn't mean you should look down on others. Instead, it means understanding we're all on our own paths, but no one's path is better than anyone else's. Our lives are like threads in a big picture, each one important. Detaching in relationships. When it comes to relationships, it's easy to be scared of losing someone who seems irreplaceable. This fear comes from our ego, which lies to us about not having enough or being limited. Learning to detach emotionally doesn't mean you stop caring or become cold. It means knowing there's plenty of love in the world and that you're whole on your own, even without that special someone. This helps us love without holding on too tight. Following the advice of the Stoics, it's good to look at everyone as equals, including ourselves. Every person in our life, those we might lose and those we meet, is part of our story, just as we are part of theirs. But no one is so crucial that we can't move on without them. When we really understand this, we grow a deep emotional strength that helps us deal with life's ups and downs gracefully. The Stoics tell us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. By applying this to our relationships and how we detach, we find real peace and strength, leaving behind the false ideas our ego gives us and accepting the beautiful truth that we're all connected. 4. Detachment in practice. Basically, you need to be okay with leaving old stuff behind, old memories, old relationships. Imagine you're holding onto a rope so tight that it hurts, but you're too afraid to let go because you're not sure what will happen next. Well, letting go doesn't always mean you're going to fall. Sometimes it means you can finally stretch out your arms and grab onto something way better. I had to figure this out the hard way by sticking to a relationship that felt safe, but actually stopped me from finding real happiness that was right there, waiting for me. Here's a big thing to understand. Being afraid of missing out, or FOMO, is just a trap. It's like you're watching everyone else's best moments on social media and thinking you're missing the real fun. But that's all fake. It's just a bunch of nice-looking moments they chose to show off. When I stopped paying so much attention to everyone else's perfect lives and started living my own, FOMO didn't bother me anymore. Not knowing what everyone else is up to every second means you're living your life, making your own special moments. Thinking everyone else is super happy and that you're not can make it really hard to let go. You see all these people who seem to have everything and worry you'll never get there. But remember, things always look better from far away. Up close, you'll see the flaws. Believing someone else's life is perfect just takes away the happiness from your own life. It's like running and running, but never catching what you're after because it's not real. Letting go isn't about giving up on being happy. It's about finding happiness your own way. To do this, stick to what Stoics say. Focus on what you can control, your thoughts, your actions, and how you grow. It feels great to realize that nobody else's opinion, no past relationship, not even those perfect-looking lives on social media, can decide how valuable you are or how happy you can be. This understanding is like your shield. It lets you move on without being weighed down by stuff you don't need, ready to take on life's surprises and find real, meaningful connections that are out there waiting for you. Remember, letting go isn't the end. It's the brave first step towards the life you're meant to have. 5. Finding happiness within. Have you ever wondered what really makes you valuable? Figuring this out can help us stop holding on to things that don't matter and start feeling free inside. This idea is really important in Stoicism, especially when we need to let go of someone. It's not about cutting people off in a mean way, but realizing that the best friendship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. True worth comes from what's inside you, your character, your smarts, how you treat people. It's easy to think that being happy means having certain people around, or that our value goes up if they like us and down if they ignore us. But this way of thinking traps us, making us think we're not enough on our own, like a bird that thinks it needs permission to fly. Imagine understanding that the sky's always been there, waiting for you to fly on your own. This idea frees us, showing that our value doesn't change based on what others think or if they're around. Detaching, then, isn't about pushing people away, but bringing ourselves closer to who we really are. When we work on being our best selves, we break free from needing others too much. It's like taking care of a garden. You wouldn't beg a flower to grow. You water the plants and trust they'll bloom. By working on ourselves, we make our lives beautiful, no matter who comes to see. So how do we start to let go emotionally? It begins by understanding you're whole with or without anyone else saying so. It's about exploring your own potential, enjoying being on your own when you need to. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, our actions, our own growth. This doesn't mean we close off our hearts, but that we find our stability within ourselves. Remember, your worth isn't missing a piece of someone else. It's a work of art, already complete, but always able to add more beauty from the experiences and people we meet along the way. To further this journey of emotional detachment, it's essential to practice self-compassion and patience. Change doesn't happen overnight, and being gentle with yourself through the process is crucial. Each step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Engage in self-reflection regularly, ask yourself tough questions, and be honest with your answers. This self-awareness will guide you to understand your emotional patterns and triggers, allowing you to manage them more effectively. By doing so, you not only enhance your resilience, but also open up to a more balanced and fulfilling life, rich with opportunities for growth and happiness. Thanks a lot for watching, and I really hope it gave you something to think about today. If what I shared clicked with you or got you thinking, I'd love it if you could hit the like button to show some support. But hey, if it didn't quite connect with you, that's completely okay as well. Around here, every point of view matters a lot to us. We believe that everyone has something valuable to share, and every perspective can help us see things a little differently. So, whether you found something in this that spoke to you or you have a different take, know that your thoughts are important and always welcome. Thanks again for being here with us, and remember, we're all about sharing insights, offering support, and listening to what you have to say.